Have you ever wondered how one of the most significant military operations of World War II, D-Day, was conceived and planned? This colossal operation was no small undertaking. It required strategic brilliance, meticulous planning, and an unwavering commitment to the cause. The man tasked with overseeing this mammoth mission was none other than General Dwight D. Eisenhower, the supreme commander of the Allied forces. He was supported by a team of capable military strategists, including Prime Minister Winston Churchill, who provided the political backing and moral support necessary for such a daring endeavor. D-Day, codenamed Operation Overlord, was not merely a single day of battle, but rather the culmination of months of intricate planning and preparation. The Allies knew the importance of maintaining the utmost secrecy. Should their plans fall into enemy hands, the consequences could be catastrophic. To ensure success, the Allies devised an elaborate ruse known as Operation Bodyguard. This deception strategy involved creating an entirely fictitious army, complete with inflatable tanks and aircraft, false radio transmissions, and even a decoy general, all designed to trick the Germans into believing the main attack would occur at Pas-de-Calais, the closest point to Britain. Meanwhile, the real preparations were underway. The Allies gathered their forces, trained their troops, and amassed an arsenal of weapons and equipment. They studied the Normandy coast, creating detailed maps and models. They even went so far as to influence the weather forecasts, leading the Germans to believe the conditions would be unsuitable for an attack. As the day of the assault neared, the tension was palpable. The soldiers knew they were about to embark on a mission that would change the course of history, but they were ready. They were prepared. They were unified by a common goal: to liberate Europe from the clutches of Nazi tyranny. The stage was set for one of the most audacious assaults in military history, all meticulously planned and awaiting execution. As dawn broke on June 6, 1944, the world held its breath as the might of the Allied forces descended upon the beaches of Normandy. In the pre-dawn darkness, the first wave of the attack was initiated by airborne forces. Paratroopers descended into the French countryside, their mission to secure key bridges and roads. Despite the disarray caused by scattered landings and stiff German resistance, they pressed on, demonstrating a remarkable combination of resilience and determination. As the sun began to rise, the main assault was launched. Thousands of ships carrying tens of thousands of soldiers moved towards the beaches. The 5 landing zones, codenamed Utah, Omaha, Gold, Juno, and Sword, each presented their own unique and formidable challenges. At Omaha, the defenses were particularly fierce. German forces were entrenched in fortified positions on the high ground, raining down artillery and machine gun fire onto the beaches below. The soldiers faced a maelstrom of bullets, shells, and mines, yet they pushed forward with an unyielding spirit. The chaos, the courage, the sacrifice, it was all part of that fateful day's narrative. At Juno, Sword, and Gold, British and Canadian soldiers fought tooth and nail against a stubborn defense. Amidst the turmoil, individual acts of valor shone through. Troops cleared obstacles, took out enemy positions, and established beachheads, all under incessant fire. Back at Utah, the American forces met with less resistance than expected. Through a combination of strategic planning and sheer luck, they managed to secure their objectives with fewer casualties. Each beach, each soldier, each bullet fired told a different story. But they all shared a common thread, a tale of bravery and sacrifice in the face of overwhelming odds. The men who stormed those beaches were not just soldiers, they were fathers, sons, and brothers. Each one was a hero, a beacon of hope in humanity's darkest hour. Despite the overwhelming odds, the Allied forces persisted, their courage never wavering, their resolve unbroken. Victory came at a high cost, but the significance of D-Day in the grand scheme of World War II cannot be overstated. In the wake of the D-Day invasion, the toll of human life was staggering. On the side of the Allies, it's estimated that approximately 10,000 men were killed, wounded, or missing in action. The Germans, too, suffered substantial losses, with estimates ranging from 4,000 to 9,000 casualties. Each life lost was an individual story, a sacrifice made in the pursuit of a free world. But from this tragic cost emerged strategic advantages that would turn the tide of the war. The Allies had secured a foothold in Normandy, a gateway that opened up Western Europe to the liberating forces. The capture of key ports facilitated the flow of troops and supplies, bolstering the Allied campaign in the subsequent months. Simultaneously, the successful invasion forced Hitler to fight a two-front war, a scenario he had desperately hoped to avoid. With immense pressure mounting from both the Eastern and Western fronts, the resources of the Third Reich were stretched thin, weakening their grip on occupied territories. D-Day was more than a victory on the battlefield. It marked a shift in momentum. The Allies, once on the defensive, were now on the offensive. The liberation of Paris followed in August, and by spring the following year, the Allies had crossed the Rhine into Germany itself. D-Day had marked the beginning of the end for Nazi Germany. In the broader context of World War II, D-Day was the pivotal moment that ignited the downfall of the Nazi regime. It was the decisive push needed to break through the Atlantic Wall, a testament to the power of unified forces standing against tyranny. D-Day was more than just a battle, it was a turning point in history that shaped the course of World War II, and by extension the world as we know it. At D-Day, a day marked by courage, sacrifice and strategic brilliance, forever etched in the annals of history. This monumental event was the product of meticulous planning, with every detail minutely strategized over months. The execution was a testament to the bravery and resolve of the Allied forces. Despite the daunting odds and the ferocity of the German defense, they pressed on, their courage unwavering. The outcome of this pivotal battle was a turning point in the Second World War. The cost was high, with countless soldiers paying the ultimate price. Yet their sacrifice was not in vain. D-Day marked the beginning of the end of the war, paving the way for the eventual victory of the Allies. As we remember D-Day, we pay tribute to the bravery of those who fought, their sacrifice a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity.